Good afternoon. I'm Shadows Pub, and this is Pimp Your Post Thursday, a place where you share your posts, meet others, and have some fun. During the show, we'll take turns presenting presenting your posts. To let me know you want to have a turn, you'll drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel, and you'll be added to the list. When I call on you, you'll put the link to the post in the text channel and come on voice to tell us about the post. Keep it brief. You want to get people interested in reading your posts, not tell them all about it. If you're unable to come on voice, you may present by text, but you must have it ready to copy paste into the text channel when I call on you. If you start typing it out, then I will move to the next person. You can present more than one post, but you can only do one at a time and then re-enter the queue for other posts. Okay, let's get started. This program actually is recorded, but not for vanity reasons or for usage later. Well, let me hold fire on that. We might use it later. Go for it, Dream.
Okay. Well, last time I ended with this. This time I figured I will start with it. I'm getting bing, bing, bing in my ear while we're while we're in PYPT. I'm hearing entries coming in, which is super fun. This is our third week. So the first week we started with $100, I think one person that you're bringing, and like a 2-day trip, and then telling us all about what you did with the money, all that stuff. Uh, Week 2, we went up to $500, and now we're at 4,000. So we are going to keep getting bigger, and we have 6 weeks in this challenge. Everybody's dropping their posts today into Dreamport. So if it's too late for you today, don't worry. You can join us next Thursday. I was going to take a break, week 1, 2, and 3, then take a week break, 4, 5, 6. But I think we're just going to go straight through. I think that would be better for all the holidays and everything, and then we'll adjust as needed. So next Thursday should be week 4, and you'll have to pay attention to see how much money and how many people and how many days we'll have for that one. But it's been a lot of fun. If you're not joining in, you can even just read the challenge posts. People are being so creative. I would think that as money got more, as the budget got bigger, people would not have to work so hard because, if you have a lot of money to spend, you just think, oh, I'm just going to, throw the money around. But people are actually getting a lot more clever as the it's very interesting to see that people are becoming very clever with their money. So, yeah, have fun with it. The end. Hi,
I
Chris.
I think that cleverness has kind of become the point of the competition. What can you
It is. I
what
think
hook
that's the
can you
way
come up
people
with?
stand out. Right.
So you're gonna go through your Thanksgiving. You're gonna do it on because your Thanksgiving falls on a Thursday, right?
Yeah, it does. That's what we were kind of like wondering. But when I did the break in between week 3 and 4, we still were hitting that. So I was thinking, let's play it by ear. We'll see what week 4 does. And then I think week 5 might be our Thanksgiving. So I'll get a feel from everybody and see if they want to, I think it's easier to maybe take a break. But what I'm seeing is a lot of people are doing their posts beforehand and just dropping it on Thursday into Dreamport. So it was kind of like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and
Definitely
the system's
next
relatively
week it'll
automated,
be on. Yep, exactly.
so that yeah, good test of the system. That's one way of doing it. All right, and that brings Bluefin on. He has returned.
And finally feeling human again. I highly recommend that as a diet program, spending a couple of weeks in
Mhm.
bed and sick as a dog. It's really fun.
I
Oh
would.
wait, no, I meant I don't recommend it. I always
I
get
was
those
gonna
two
say
confused.
make a comment on that, but this is being recorded.
Okay. Um, this is from a couple of days ago. A post of mine. I know that some of you know that I do a little gardening here and there, and the potatoes, the orange carrot, the red carrot, the two different kinds of peppers, and the onion that are in that roasted vegetables. all came out of the garden. The celery did not, and then the ham, obviously, I did not plant ham seeds this year, so the ham didn't come from that.
Oh, next year?
I'm gonna debate that. Some maybe lamb. I might put some lamb seeds in.
Oh,
The
yeah, that would fit.
I'd say there's probably two more meals worth of potatoes left from the garden. We eat them steadily here. Um, Today, this morning, while I was outside, I harvested the last of my carrot and bunching onion. Those beds are gone. They're done. I harvested the last of them. I think there's no more tomato. There was plenty of peas. I'll have another post coming out soon, but probably later today, and that'll be the last of the carrots post, or the last of the onions post, whatever I call it. So just take a quick look and see if you want to follow along at the uh, more of the um, more of the gardening posts. The funny thing, Kitty Girl, is last night I went out with my brother, and he was saying, "Hey, is there anything you want to do differently?" I said, "Yeah, next year I think I'm gonna plant less rabbit and more carrot, since we use a lot of it in the carrot." I don't know if anybody know this. You can look back about 3 months and see the post that I have about where the rabbits made a little den and had babies in my carrot patch. But in the process, they trashed all the seeds.
Oh, that could get interesting. Have a rabbit den and raise a few lambs.
Yeah, well, we did have a bunch more places that they had more babies, tons more babies elsewhere in the yards. But anywhere but my carrots. We love the carrots here.
So, are you telling us you're a bunny magnet?
Yeah, something like that. I get little bunnies that seem to follow me.
You walked into
There's a
that one.
there is. There's a little post
You
of
follow the bunnies too.
yeah, I do follow bunnies. I like the little fluffy tails. I can't. I have to admit it.
Yep,
But
you
in
do.
the rabbit post, there's my daughter holding in her hand 5 babies. She's showing off to the neighbors the different dens and talking a little uh, bunny biology. All the little neighbor kids.
Well, it'd be fun for the kids.
Hmm, doing what she does.
Chris, why have you not signed up?
Seriously.
Ah, you could figure out how to make your travels into an
Well, if
NFT.
it's that's right. And if it's too late for you to do it today, just get ready for next week.
Yeah, there's 3 to go yet.
Hi, Moogie Gameplay.
All right. Thank you, Blue. Infinity, you're up.
Hello. Yeah, so my post is just about joining communities, and I was
There
actually
we go.
going to.
I needed to see that link. Hold on. Go for it. Tell me about this.
Yeah, so I actually quit because of a long story, but like I ended up getting a message from. I ended up getting like messages, and I ended up meeting all these people that reached out to me, and it really felt good, and that's when I realized that's all it's really about is building community.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, if you're not into community on Hive, you and I don't mean necessarily the communities, but you need to do community. That makes sense to you?
Yeah, yeah. And that's why like I didn't want to just post because like it felt like I originally joined for Splinterlands, but like everyone was only commenting on like marketing and like the sales part, and that really like made me feel some type of way, so I needed to take a step back from everything.
So, were you posting about the kind of games that you were playing, or
Yeah, I originally discovered Hive through Splinterlands, so originally that was my thought, was to start branding because of that. But as I started seeing that like the posts I like literally threw my heart out like wasn't actually like I guess the markets or the giveaways got more, I guess, reaction. So it sort of made me feel a way to take a step back and just not really focus on posting as much.
Yeah, there's quite a diversity to see on Hive, and if you come in one way, you tend to just kind of see that one little area until you start spreading out a little bit, and you go, "Wow, everything's here."
Yeah, it's been one crazy, crazy deep dive. I'll say that much for sure.
How long have you been on?
And honestly, not even a little bit over a week now. So Kitty just told me about this like couple days in a week.
No, I meant how long have you? When did you start on Splinterlands, which actually brought you to
Oh,
Hive?
Splinterlands, not even a little over a month.
A little over a month. Very good. And you're up to 50 on your rep.
Oh, I've been if I showed you my Discord groups and stuff, yeah, so it's been crazy. That's why I had to take a step back from everything.
So I will give you a little tip, and I've learned this from experience. You can only have 100 discords on your open side there. So
Oh no,
you do reach the limit.
for me, less is more. So I ended up just like downsizing drastically.
I don't know about y'all, but old Sarge, I can't pay attention to 100 Discord. I have to thin it out every once in a while.
Downsizing drastically. I like that term.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even. I mean, it's a downsize, but in reality, it really isn't, right? Because like as I was in all these groups, it almost felt like I was obligated to like go and like interact and like just like that's why I'm gonna scale back posting too. I'd rather post once a week or once every couple days versus once every day, which I originally tried to put myself to.
That's kind of advice that a lot of people get given. If you want to make it establish yourself, you need to post at least every day. But you really do have to bring it down to what you can comfortably do.
I mean, it's not about writing topics. I think I can do that, but like for me, it's like I don't know. It just feels like I'm selling out, and I don't like that feeling.
Selling out. Now, there's an interesting term. Could you expand on what you mean by that?
So as I was like reading posts and like going diving into comments, it just seemed as if like people were posting just to post, right? Like I would go and like comment on somebody and like there's a couple people that like leave like detailed responses and I like that. Like but it's not like I don't really find that a lot. So it's like I don't know. Like so I started just like finding little pockets that I enjoy and just building on that, really.
And that's a good move. That's a really good move. There are some people, and it'd be nobody in this room, right, Dream, that really get into
Oh,
commenting
wait till you
extensively.
see what I'm about to post next. You'll see.
Like really, Dream could
Oh, the
write 4
chainsaw.
posts in a
Oh no.
day
Oh
if
man.
she just did less commenting.
Some of her comments are posts.
Exactly.
Wait, that's what I'm about to share. It's really funny.
And speaking of which, Infinity, well done you. That was your first time presenting. Good job. And
Thank you.
Dream, you're up.
Well, this one is actually 5 posts in one, and you'll see why when you go there. This is Yaku Alberts. He's from South Africa, and I warned him. Now we're good friends, so I feel like I can do this on his post because we often will actually have just conversations on a post. But when you read his post, it's amazing. It's just so good, and it actually caused a spin-off that was a post on my blog, later. But in the comments section, you will see, Infinity, that when I comment, I don't comment just to say, hey, how are you? Nice going. See you later. Nice post, whatever. I usually pour my heart out into my comments. This particular one was probably the longest comment that I've ever made, maybe.
How could you
And then he
tell?
came back with another. When you see it, it was like his comment and then or my comment, and then his comment was just as long, and then my comment later was just as long, and then his. It was really good though because sometimes I feel like exactly what you're talking about, Infinity. People will really put their heart out there in a post and invite people to come in, and there's just crickets, you know? And so when I read a post where I can see somebody's really trying to connect, I want them to know that I've heard them and that I'm not just sitting there listening, I'm engaging with them as well. And hopefully, you know, we become friends, because I think that's the whole point of Hive, is not just kind of being in this echo chamber where you're the only voice echoing off the walls, but that you're connecting with people. So I love that you said that. I didn't leave you a big comment on your post because we're in PYPT. But when I went there, I just kind of connected with you and said, yeah, it really is. It's all about it's all about really that connection with community. Oh yes, yes, Graybeard.
Chris,
on my chainsaw post.
Chris nailed it. He says, plot
What
twist.
did
Dreamy was actually writing a post.
you
She just posted it in the wrong place.
exactly.
Chris caught ya.
But yes, on my chainsaw one, the chainsaw fun one that we're having, Acidio and I kind of went back and forth. And we actually I didn't want to do that on that post because that was just for fun. But I'm glad that we got it out, because by the end of it, he was pretty chill and he went back through the comments, gave some love to people, and then he kind of just, you know, quietly went away. And even though he was invited to come back and have more fun. So I was glad that he didn't bring a lot of animosity there. He just, you know, it worked out really well. So there you go.
Yeah, talked it out.
Yep, we did. The end.
Oh, that end. We'll have many ends. And Bluefin, you're up.
I asked first, Somastically is not going to, he said he's not going to talk today, not going to post. So I thought I would drop a link to his post. He does a series of questions where he interviews people. And this is the interview that he conducted with our very own Dream Steam a few days ago. Well, was it yesterday? No, it
No,
was
a few
No,
today.
it
It came
was
out
days.
today.
on
I'm sorry.
Saturday. Yeah. The interview was Saturday, and then he posted it today.
Right. It just came out today. So it's kind of fun. It's 5 questions, and Dream seems not shy in her answers. She enjoys it.
She's come such a long way.
She really has, from back in the day when she sat in the corner and had to stare out the window and concentrate really hard when she was asked to speak on PYPT.
Actually, she just tried to hide.
Yeah, originally.
Yeah, that worked well, didn't it?
Not with
So
that
well.
young lady.
Snook just
One
went
of
to
those
bed in
things like,
River.
be careful what you wish for, because now she's happy to talk.
That reminds me of a woman at the branch who thought she couldn't talk on a mic, and I tricked her into using a mic one time and couldn't get her off them.
Oh yeah. So, but it's a great little post. You just go click listen to the video roll. It's a fun post. I highly recommend everybody go take a listen.
All right.
And
All right. Thank you, Blue. And we have, maybe we have, where is this Lord Eric fella? Elric. Not in voice?
Oh, maybe he didn't realize that he's supposed to be in voice. Is he just dropping in the text?
Yeah, he dropped
Hey,
the
Pen.
he dropped the emoji. Me, I wonder if he knew what to do.
somebody have a quick link
He's
to drop for the voice.
he just got tagged 3 times, so I think he might notice that somebody we're talking to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't pay any attention. I just added him to the list. I didn't notice
There's
it.
the
Whoops.
voice.
There we go.
Nope, we did it twice.
That's all right. Better twice than none.
Nuns.
I don't see a response. Don't see any typing.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
he
wonder
thought
if
it was just like a post drop.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Well, it could be that he saw the emoji being in, going in, didn't know what it was for, and just wanted to participate. If you're not in voice and you don't have context to the emoji, you wouldn't have any idea what was going on.
Yeah.
So I think we can probably assume that he's not still around since there's been no response to the tagging he got. If he comes back, and hopefully he does, maybe get him to participate. So Dream, it's your turn again.
It's me again? Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, here, we'll just drop this one here. I was actually going to drop something from somebody else, but I will later. This one is just silly, ridiculous fun. So if you just want to have fun, you don't want to post anything, you just want to comment, you can post if you want to. But the other day, this is the chainsaw post. The other day, I was talking to somebody, I was talking to Nine Claws, and she's like, I can't post. I can't think. This chainsaw's been going off crazy. So I come to her and I say, just write a post about a chainsaw. And then literally just seconds later, Bluefin was in my DM saying, there's a chainsaw going crazy around me. And so I just thought this is the perfect opportunity to have some chainsaw fun. So we just literally put a post out there, and it's a party in the comment section. So if you want to have fun in the comment section, you don't have to even do anything much. You can just find a picture of a chainsaw. You could do a meme of a chainsaw. You can add a poem. Some people are actually writing full posts and then dropping the URL in there, and we're going and we're all, kind of sharing the fun. But it's silliness. So if you want to have fun, go for it. The end. Oh my gosh, are you serious, Rhonda?
And yesterday they came back. That tree that they felled, the tree that they chopped down a couple days ago. Yesterday they came back with the munching machine that sounds like a chainsaw, only it's a little tractor that gets rid of the stumps. So that ran for about 2 hours.
It gets rid of the stump,
That's so
not
funny.
just the brush.
Okay,
No, it grinds down it grinds exactly, James. It looks like a little tiny tractor, and it has a chainsaw as part of it, and it sits there, and they just manipulate it, and it grinds down about a foot into the ground.
Wow.
Yeah, good
wow.
times.
Well, I want to know what this thing is that Infinity's talking about. The car smash, the toilet smash. What's that about?
Well, a car smash is what we used to do it at school as a fundraiser, just to like get people excited. It's like how Hearts and Hammers, you just destroy walls and stuff, and that's a little bit of excitement. So people ended up doing a toilet smash, which I wouldn't have even heard of it if it wasn't for Splinterlands, because I think Aggro ended up participating in it, and I spent like 10 or 20 minutes of my time watching it for whatever reason.
Aggro didn't go and destroy his
So
ex-wife's toilet, did he?
I mean, it's like a figuratively like a sledgehammer to scenario instead of like destroying it in other ways.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
thought I'd check. I see that Elric has joined us in voice channel.
Hello.
Hi, Elric.
Yay.
Did you know what you were dropping that emoji for?
No, I didn't know at all.
Okay, so just to bring you up to speed, this is a post curation show where people share posts that they've written, or maybe share somebody else's post that they enjoyed, and that emoji tells me that you'd like a turn. So, do you have a post you'd like to share? Your turn is open at the moment.
And this is just for any topic, or I guess I'm just. What's the overall theme here?
There is no overall theme. If
Okay,
you've written it and want to share it, and I don't care if you put it on Hive or you put it on Medium or put it on your own post, own blog, you can share it
I see.
when your turn's up.
Okay, yeah, I got something.
Okay, you got the link handy?
I'm getting it now.
or I can add you to the list and you can kind of get the feel of how things are done. I think he's looking for the link.
Yeah, I'm getting the
Oh.
link now.
Yeah, so Dream even managed to get me to drop a graphic on that chainsaw.
And it was hilarious.
Have iPad will
I
play.
was really surprised how many people came to hang out on that post. It was very fun, and it still is. I told everybody I don't know what I'm going to do with the rewards, but I'm going to, you know me, I'm going to give it back to people somehow. I'll figure out a way, so it'll be fun.
Isn't everybody sleep deprived? Isn't that normal?
That's the default state.
Yeah, except when you're bluefin and you take on a weight loss challenge by sleeping 20 hours a day.
Yeah. I had a great diet for 2 weeks of Halls and NyQuil.
NyQuil. No wonder you were sleeping 20 hours a day.
Good times.
Depends what you were doing in your sleep.
That's just, and when it's bad, you have these weird dreams.
How's that link coming, Elric?
Not great.
Okay, I'm going to move down the list, and if once you find it, just drop that emoji again, and we'll add you back to the list.
Okay.
Okay. Boss, you're up. All right, self-reflection. If you're talking, boss, you might want to know that you're still muted. There,
Can
that
you hear
works
me now?
better.
Okay. Yes. So this is not is a story actually. There is about I'm not very good. I don't know how to narrate very well. It's about a young boy who is having a difficult time and he thinks of committing suicide. But you can just read it. Because I don't know how to really explain it, but if you read it you understand.
What triggered you to write it? How's that?
Well, I was feeling down for some time actually. But it not get that serious, but I was feeling really down. So I said to write something, and after writing it, I felt a lot better.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
so you were just kind of dumping some thoughts out, and they ended up in a post.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you, boss.
You're welcome.
Rhonda, you're up.
This post is past payout, but it's interesting because a couple weeks ago I shared a vocal post that I wrote. It was a fiction post about an incident that happened in a river here in Costa Rica. And then a week or so ago, Michelle and I were on the river when the very same event that I had described happened to us. Now, none of us got caught, swept down river or anything, but I've got some interesting video of what a river looks like during one of those headwater rushes like that. So, yeah, there it is.
So you wrote fictionally about an event, and a week later the event happened.
Well, that does happen to me a lot, but this is not so strange because that the headwater floods come often here. We just were in the dogs. We were in the
So,
right place at the right time to get it on video. We did it.
okay, so I just want to be clear. Don't write any stories about me, please. unless I'm going to make $1 million.
Yeah, I know. It's I've talked to several other writers who've had the same experience. It's just something about it. I don't know, but I do think twice about what I write anymore.
I've heard of self-fulfilling prophecies, but fulfilling them for someone else,
Yeah, it's like write your own story. Choose your own ending. I wish I would write about it.
dangerous. All right, and it's Sarge.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello? Hello. Oh, you all can hear me. I'm working the Twitch and monitor and trying to, I'm not good at multitasking. I get all freaked out. But anyway, this stream is being hosted on Twitch with the permission of Shadows Pub. So my followers and everything are watching and learning about how to do Pimp Your Post Thursday with all the folks. So this post, let's get to the post, and because I get to run them out too much of the pie hole. This is a post by one of our No Sleep Gang folks on Twitch. And he was talking about a Zen Sports Pigeon Classic tournament. This is a charity that Zen Sports does for children that are hospitalized. And, they ask for donations. They host charity tournaments on Splinterlands. And use their earnings and everything to take care of these kids. And this is a really nice post by Cute Duaco. He lives in the Philippines. He talked about how he plays Splinterlands with his grandkids, and it's just a real nice post. It's a very sweet story, and I was looking for something to share today from one of the people on Twitch, and I've been shilling the PYPT like crazy on the Twitch. So there you go, and I'm done.
Oh, did you drop one in, Blue?
Yeah, before Rhonda, before uh, Sarge. But take Lord Elric because he's back. He has found his thing.
I
Is
found
he
my
back?
link.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Sarge, and thank you for the shilling that you're doing on Twitch. Can you tell how many Twitch watchers you've got or viewers or?
Right now, we have 31 viewers
Whoa!
on Twitch. I'm trying to help one person right now. Most of my viewers are from the Philippines. Um, right now in the Philippines, what time is it now? Around about 12. They're like 11 hours different from us over there. They're on the other side of the world. We got 31 viewers right now. There's one fella, Moogie, I'm trying to help because he's in here in the chat, and I said, tag Kitty Girl, because he said he can't hear nothing. He can't. He's having a heck of a time, and I tried to show him, but I'm not sure whether he's using a mobile or what the problem is.
If he can't hear, he may need to disconnect and reconnect.
Yeah, I forgot to give him that old IT saying. Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
Exactly. Sometimes they actually have to go right out of Discord and come back in again to get it to work. The other time that they can have Ken A, you've got a live mic there.
I'll turn them out.
The other way that they can have problems is if they're trying to come in through the browser can have difficulty on sound. All right. And I should probably try to remember that when you're on Twitch to say hello to the Twitch viewers.
May I be so bold to ask if Sarge, if you could, can he drop a link for the Twitch?
Oh, the feed. Do you have a
Yeah,
link for your Twitter feed or your Twitch feed?
or Twitter feed. Your Twitcher feed?
I don't know. I'm still working out the traumatizing hobo this morning. She'll survive, I suppose. There we go.
When Crimson is doing her show, and then she's got 17 machines running because one's running the Discord, one's running the MSP Waves, one's running the Twitch. It's amazing. She's got it going at 17 different. Plus YouTube, you can watch it live on YouTube. And it's sometimes it's weird if you click through them all, you can hear the same sentence 30 times if you go to the different feeds.
All because of the delay.
Everyone has their own delay.
Yeah. All right, Elric, I hear you have your link.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay, so tell us about what you've written here.
Basically, I'm a programmer, and I wrote a role-playing game for the Alexa. If anybody, you guys have Alexas in your house, and it's a full-blown single-player RPG that you play on your Alexa hands-free.
Okay, so little hint for participating here is if you've written an article about something, like maybe a story about how you developed it or how to use it or something like that, that's what you would share more than your website itself.
Apologize.
Okay, well, you got to learn, and it's the only way to learn is you make mistakes, and somebody says, hey, you should really do this. Yeah, you could write a post now.
For sure.
Actually, posts are a good way to bring traffic to your website anyway, so it's a good idea.
And I mean,
Yeah,
forgive
this
me,
sounds like an amazing idea.
Well, I thought the way I got here, strangely, was a crypto game, and I'm starting to begin to incorporate crypto into this. So I wasn't sure where I ended up or what you guys are doing, and I apologize.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's how you learn.
Don't come on in.
So, what was the crypto game that you come in through?
Splinterlands, and then
Of
through
course.
Sarge.
What else brings people to Hive?
Yeah.
Well, there is other things that bring to Hive, but as Kitty Girl has shown us in a utility that she shared with us, it's the majority of the activity on Hive.
So I hate to interrupt, but can you
No, it's
guys
okay. Go
explain
ahead.
what's actually happening? Like you said, write a post. Where?
Oh, in order to be part of Splinterlands, you created what is called a Hive account. Hive has several front ends other than Splinterlands. For example, PYPT or NC, Hive.blog. There's several different front ends where you
Okay.
can write an article and post it up on your account.
I see.
The
Okay.
same login that you use for Splinterlands will get you into the other front ends.
You've created, when you created your Splinterlands account, you created an account on the Hive blockchain.
For sure.
And all of these other front ends that Shadows is chatting about are all just simply other interfaces to that same blockchain. 3Speak is one that's sort of based around people who want to post videos on that blockchain. The dozens that Shadows mentioned, Hive.blog or PeakD or Essency, all of those are just simply sort of blogging interfaces of the blockchain, of the Hive blockchain.
I
And
see.
then,
So you go to
as
like
you're
Peaked,
familiar
and
with,
then
yep,
you can actually write about whatever, and then
yeah. So
you guys
you
are
could
pimping
use
those
that
down.
as
Okay.
your format for talking about the project that you've created. That's your, would you say is an RPG, or is it a just like a turn-based game on Alexa?
Yeah, it's an Alexa RPG. It is turn-based, so you can take it or leave it for as fast or as slow as you want. It's got some multiplayer aspects to it, but yeah, it's essentially an RPG.
So
It's like
I would,
Dungeons and Dragons for the Alexa.
yeah, I would take advantage of the fact that you've already got the account created because of Splinterlands,
Mm-hmm.
and go ahead and start discussing and describing that project that you've created.
So, do you have a blog attached to that website that you showed us?
No, there's no that I know of. No.
Okay, can you add one?
Yeah, if I figured
Okay,
this all out.
because here's a little SEO hint I'll give you. Okay, if you put a blog on your site and you make sure that the canonical links are at your blog, okay, you write the article, you post it on that blog, then come over to Hive and post it again and put a note at the bottom that it was originally posted on the first spot, like on your site. That gives you a backlink and back to the original post.
Okay.
You'll understand that from an SEO standpoint.
Yeah, I got to dive into this
Okay.
because right now it's all a little confusing because
So
I haven't ever done it.
something I've discovered is that it also gives you multiple backlinks because Google, in particular, sees all the various front ends as individual sites. So you
Oh,
post.
really?
Yep. I am on that Ahref site. It
Yep.
runs a scan on my site every week and gives me an idea of what's broken, what isn't. And when I get
The
the
link.
backlink reports, I get this great big long list of Hive front ends, and they all show us as backlinks. So it was kind of like, oh, this is easy. Now I could have backlinks. Okay. So hopefully we'll see you often at Elric.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Good to see you. Okay, Blue. Now you're up.
Right. Now that I brought attention to, I just got lost reading other people's posts.
Okay. Well,
This was yesterday's post that again, a garden post. I know I've got other things, and I'm starting to sound like a broken record on my garden. Hey Wes, thanks for serving, by the way. Happy Veterans Day or Remembrance Day.
you never
Oh, he's
use
not on
Happy
voice.
Remembrance Day. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It's we will remember them.
The post that I put up, the gardening post, it sort of explains what I've been doing for yesterday, the day before, and then again this morning. Is all of my gardens are in these grow bags above ground. There's some advantages in terms of the roots and whatnot, but this explains the last of the taking the garden down for the season. And so I just thought I'd catch people up to what the garden is up to.
So I'm assuming
Right.
that when the garden posts peter out, we're going to start getting train.
Yeah, I got to get back to that.
I don't know why you weren't doing that. You were just laying around sleeping.
Yeah. What were the three that were in rotation? The garden posts, the train, and
cooking.
You had your boat for a while.
Oh
What's
yeah,
that?
the boat for a bit. That was going there. Some of my fiction writing, yeah. But eventually I'll get back to it.
Oh right, the dream.
The dream with the EA.
So before I met Miss Dreamsteam, my dream has DREAM has always been. I have a little boat now, and my dream is eventually to be on the boat and be able to travel for months at a time. So the story began probably 2 years ago, about the next boat up that I wanted to buy, and I began a little bit of a backstory about how I got into boating and my dad and how he brought me into it. And then the next boat that I was looking for, blue being one of my favorite colors, that I happened to run into this next boat up at a boat show a couple of Februarys ago. And then the ultimate dream is the bigger, large Nordhaven, and just hop on the boat and come back in 6 months.
And then you met Dream.
And that
And
just messed
changed the
everything.
spelling.
I don't know spell anything. No, the
Yes. And
Blues Dream is
his
still my
stories
original.
are a little saucy. So somebody asked me at one point, "Are you talking about Dreams?" And I was like, "He is definitely not. It's a DREAM that he's talking about."
Yeah. I mean, the stories originally started before I met her. The short story is I met her after I started the stories. Blues Dream has always been about the dream of me being on my boat. The sauciness is just because I reek of sauciness.
Yes, you do.
Although I can understand how the mistake happened because I actually have to stop myself and spell it correctly. The way most people correctly spell it, not the way Dream correctly spells it.
Yeah.
The other day when I was leaving a comment for Snook and about her Dream Machine in her travel post, and I told her that I thought she should change that to Dream double E. And then I saw how snarky the Dream Machine was, and I said no, it has to stay EM. It can't be double E.
Seriously, there has to be giggles if it's double E.
Yeah. Speaking of giggles, you're up, Giggles.
All right.
Thank
Well,
you,
I
Blue.
was going to do a different one, but then James is going to present for Laura, but he doesn't have a mic, so I'm doing it for him.
Ah,
So we have a newbie on the hive. Her name is Laura Laus. Is that how you say your name? I don't know. This is her. I was going to do one of two posts. She's brand new and she's already done two posts. This is her introduction post, and it is like the most glowing, cheery, warm personality that actually reaches out from the post and hugs you. It's just, she's such a cool person. And the very next post that she did was her coming back saying, "Thank you for all the love." It was just like, sometimes people will come in and you just pour all this love at them, and then they get really intimidated by it, and they just kind of, they're like, "Oh, I don't know what to say here. I don't know what to do." She just comes right back and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this feels so great." And so I think I read in her post that Wes brought her from, oh, okay, let me read this from James first. James chose this post because he feels this young lady is high powered and is going to go places, which I agree. She came from Latvia and now lives in Cancun and makes custom mirrors. By the way, this is Dreamy talking. They're amazing. Definitely go check out the post and see. She's a very strong writer and is extremely well educated and does natural things as well. She started out on Blurt with a couple posts, but I don't think she was very happy with that. So she obtained a Steam account. And since Wes invited her, seems to really like this hive and all of the company as well, and is in the terminal. She makes beautiful mirrors. James calls them fragmented, as in fragmented reality, but they're pretty mosaic patterns. But yes, she is. You will fall in love with her. That, I mean, I have already fallen in love with her. She is just that bright, shining warmth that you hope to find on Hive. So I hope that she stays and we keep her happy for a very long time, because she brings a lot of, great content, great personality, great engagement, and that's how we grow. So, the end.
so I see a mic lighting up there, and after that introduction, would you like to say hello, Laura? Or maybe it's just going live on her. Laura, try speaking and say hello.
Trying.
There you go. Just like that.
Can you hear me?
I heard trying.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, we
This is
can.
me. This is me on the radio.
Good morning.
I'm new at
You've
this. Just exploring how it works.
come a little bit closer to your mic.
Okay, the mic is not good anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so you just come in a little bit close to it. Don't eat it, just come close to it, and it'll probably make it easier to hear.
I don't know where is the mic on my laptop. Let me check.
Ah, okay. It's on your laptop. It'll pick up as it picks up.
Oh my god.
So when you get comfortable enough, you may actually invest in a mic that you know where it is. Kiss the laptop. No, don't kiss the laptop. So welcome, Laura. Glad you made your way in. And yes, those are quite the mirrors. So have you been doing them very long?
Can you hear me?
How long have you been making those mirrors?
It's been 6 years when I started. And I actually started with an accident. I had bought a huge floor mirror for me to finally see me whole body and this. And in 2 days, it just fell down and it cracked in pieces. So that was the first mirror I made. And then the broken pieces didn't match up with the design that I had imagined to make with those broken pieces of the mirror. So I went to the shop. I bought a mirror, glass cutter, and that's how I started to cut the pieces that I exactly wanted for the design that I had imagined. And that was my first mirror.
And
Wow.
that's how to make lemonade out of lemons with a mirror.
Yes, and actually that was absolutely ad hoc with the like season in my life when I was actually picking up my broken pieces. So it was quite an art therapy for me at first, and then I fell in love with that. That that mirror cutting made me something different, something. I think it put me on the right path because before that I was more like, where do I make more money? And now I'm like, where do I make more of me?
Now you can have fun and not worry about the money.
I'm having fun. I'm absolutely excited about all this. It's like divinely guided because everything is just happening.
We never know what rabbit hole we're going to drop into, do we?
It's rabbit in the form of Wes.
Except for Bluefin, he knows what holes he's going to fall into. He's got the rabbits to make them.
I'm in a very beautiful hole with all of you.
Nice. Well, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
So
Thank you.
hang around
Sharing
and listen
everything.
in. And Rhonda, you're up.
Okay, dropping now. This one is it's we try to document even the day-to-day stuff, and we have so many animals that came from so many places in the US and Morocco and whatnot, that people, they have people who follow their journey as well. So we try to every now and then do videos that just show the beauty of the world that we're living in. And oh, that was Jesse, by the way, growling into the microphone. That show the beauty of the land here and how well all the animals are doing. So this is one of those videos.
That's Sir Jesse?
That was Sir Jesse, Sir
Yes.
Jesse the Dauntless.
Yep.
It's so hard to believe what he came from, to see him now and living here in this world. I mean, it's just it even though I witnessed it firsthand and saw it, to see what he came from and what he suffered, and now living here, it's just it really, it's healing. It's the heart good.
Yep. Good can come out of bad. especially when you survive a deadly disease.
Exactly. And I mean, it doesn't, he almost died. I looked at some of the photographs on my phone just this morning, and he was knocking on death's door. That parvo they have in Morocco is no joke.
Yeah.
And and no vaccines. I mean, they have the vaccines there, but it's so stupid and bureaucratic and everything. But Michelle and I are really, we're just starting to brand a YouTube channel. I'm really wanting to kind of push that to get monetized so that we can buy more better equipment than we have. We want a nice drone. We want a GoPro 10, the Hero 10. We want the, for the, it's waterproof and does real good. And there's just so much to show about the country here.
So I
So
understand that you need to have 4,000 hours of viewers before you can apply to be monetized.
yes, and
Yeah.
1,000 subscribers, and we're a long way from that. But we've
Yeah.
just gotten started. I mean, I've had a YouTube channel, but I only branded it officially, like with our brand, this week. So we are brand new, just starting and trying to up the game a little bit, because we do know some people who are van lifers and bus lifers, and they're doing it. They're monetized, and they're able to get that's Jesse still growling back. He's not growling, he's talking. But we know some people who are doing it successfully. And so, we know it can be done. We kind of know how it can be done, and we think that the things going on here are interesting enough. So that's kind of what we're trying to do.
Okay. Well, that should be interesting to see how that develops.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope it develops. We're still at that point. I hope. I hope. I hope.
Okay. Thanks, Rhonda. Um, James, I have you on the list, but I kind of think that maybe that was Laura's post that you were going to do, or do you have another one in mind?
Yep.
Yep,
That
that was
was
Laura's.
Laura's. I took
Oh,
his
okay.
spot.
Okay. Okay then. So
And
Sarge.
mine was actually going to be for Princess. So and she's here, so she's going to do her own.
Oh, okay. Has she put the emoji in, or did I miss
I don't know if she did, but if you want, she could take mine since I took James's. Whatever works.
it? um. Okay, I've took you off the list because you just done one. So
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
So when you just to remind people that are not familiar with PYPT, we use an emoji, and you put the emoji in, and that tells me that you want to turn, and then I will add you to the list and call on you. So there's the emoji you use. So English, that's what you need to do in order to get on the list. And Princess, did you drop an emoji? Is Princess even with us? She's in the channel, but I don't see her typing.
Yeah, she's here. No, I don't know. She was typing earlier, but
She's being shy on us, is she? Okay. So, uh, okay, did you drop an emoji in, Princess? Because the link doesn't help until you've done that. Well, the link always helps, but not right away. Sarge, you're back up.
Oh, hello again. I want to share this post and share this guy. This is an amazing, amazing fella. He goes by the title of Commander Garlic on Hive, or the front end, Splinter Talk or Peak D or whatever. It's Commander Bawang, and Bawang is Filipino for garlic. He's a school teacher in the Philippines. He teaches computer science. And I tagged in this post when I left a comment, I tagged Wes Philbin because this is kind of an inspiring post for folks that are not familiar with Philippines. Philippines, very similar to Venezuela. The majority of the population is very poor. and their economy isn't that great. And Splinterlands has made a big difference in a lot of lives down there, as has Axie Infinity, another game. But this is a very inspiring post. He talks about, his a little bit about, playing Splinterlands and doing different things. But this guy is really amazing, and we call ourselves a no sleep gang because our mission is to have Splinterlands 24/7 on Twitch, which is good for the entire Hive blockchain. I mean, it just pulls everybody along. But you might want to check this fella out. He's an amazing, amazing guy. I mean, very caring, very giving person, not only of his financial resources, but his personal time. He spends a lot of time helping people, and he just has such an amazing personality. I mean, he's like one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So there you go. That's my show for Commander Bong of the No Sleep Gang on Twitch.
Now, I see Dream encouraging Chris and Chris trying to claim he has nothing. I'm betting he's hiding his light under a barrel. Again. So I found a different front end this week, and it was because Chris had actually put a post on it. And it's the INJI. That's kind of like a Twitter type, isn't it, Chris? Meant to be for short posts. So he put a little blast out on it last week that he'd had a blast on PYPT, and I picked it up in my notifications and went, "What's this? Never seen it before." Well, his post was like 30 words. Oh, it auto posts to Twitter. Cool. Can you stop it from posting to Hive? Oh, is that who's behind it? The real wolf?
So it's on the chain,
It's on the chain,
blockchain? Okay.
and you
Then
can
how
put.
would you stop it from posting to any front end?
You can filter it out on some of the front ends, from what I understand.
I don't
'Cause
think you can posting to Hive, only Twitter. Oh, so it's not on the Hive chain.
no, he says
What is it?
he doesn't think he can stop it posting to Hive only.
Oh, it is on. Oh, I see. You
Okay.
can't. You can stop it from posting to Twitter if you want, but
Okay, 'cause
INJING, that's a front end, but it also will auto drop to Twitter if you want.
okay. I didn't try using it. I did log into it, but I didn't try using it because I didn't really want short posts showing up on my Hive feed.
It's also a recipe.
It's also a recipe.
The first links that come up when you just put it in Google, INJI,
Right.
are a bunch of curry recipes, and then the next bunch are about the world's oldest orangutan, whose name is Inji.
I think it actually ends in .com. Does Chris? I can't remember the ending on it.
.com.
Yeah.
There is an
.com.
Inji.com.
Yeah, right there.
And this is part of the Hive blockchain. Yeah, it must be because it has Hive there. I see.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to come across it. You never know what you're going to find on the Hive platform next. But it's interesting that it cross-posts to Twitter. That makes it a little bit more intriguing. It does look like a kitty girl. A good Torum competitor. What is Torum?
I think it's an Inji competitor.
Could be. Yeah. Haven't been on Torum. I haven't even heard of Torum.
Oh, the
Now
rumor
you
is that
have
it
another
isn't.
one that you have to check out.
Oh,
Mhm.
jeez. Torm's site's trying to be like Hive and a mix of all. Ah. So that was something I noticed the other day when, after Dream was talking about Blurt, I was over nosing around Blurt, and I come to find out that it's part of what they call the Cosmos Network, which is a network of various chains. So they're trying to promote cross-chain communication. It's interesting to see that developing. Atom is part of it, yeah. So's the Terra network, the Terra chain, which is where Tribe went to. Tribe became Loop, which is part of Terra. All right. Thank you, Sarge. And Mr. English, you're up. So this is your first time. Now that I've called on you, put your link in the channel and then come on voice and give us a brief idea of what your post is about. Is he still with us? I don't see him typing. Oops, kind of spelled that wrong. You can only post one post a day on NG. I guess that's to stop people from spamming. Is Mr. English still with us, or is he just fake newsing us? Hello? He's not answered. Okay. Mr. English, are you with us? Last chance. I'm not seeing a response, so when he gets back, I'll deal with it then. Okay, Princess, you're up. There she is.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay, hi. Uh, this post is actually a reply to the Ladies of Hype contest that was for this week. So there was a particular question the ladies wanted to know. And they asked, would you ever take back someone who cheated on you? So,
Ooh, that's a loaded question.
yeah, so offhand, I was going to say no because having been through stuff like that in the past and having been in a physically abusive relationship, you just want to say no. If it happens once, it happened, then it probably will happen again. But then I gave it a deeper reasoning, and I realized that it's not always white or black. There are sometimes that things may not be as we see. Sometimes people do not cheat because they want to cheat. There are circumstances that might
Ooh,
be beyond the person's control.
you're getting some feedback on your mic that's making it hard to hear you.
Oh,
I'm not sure how to resolve that for you. Oh, is she still with us? Okay, try that again.
hello,
Okay, try again.
hello.
That sounds a little bit clearer for now. It got louder as you spoke, so let's see what happens. So you were
Yeah,
saying that,
probably the network.
okay, you
Yeah,
were,
so I was saying that sometimes there are situations that are beyond our control. People could do certain things could happen that you wouldn't normally do. like an instance that I gave in the post. So I guess I just figured that it might have been someone cheated, but at the end of the day, we should probably try to figure out why, how it it all went down. Although in the case that it happened that the person did it on purpose, of course that is a separate issue. That is something I would advise anyone in such a situation to just move on. But in a second, like the situation I gave in the post, it was about a situation that the partner had no control over, and so in that situation, I thought, at least that was my opinion, though. I thought it was something that could be forgiven in time, and that is all.
It's always an interesting conundrum as to what to do if somebody cheats in a relationship or deceives in any way, really.
Yeah. Uh, Ken, all right.
Ken A says you're the love doctor. Is that your shtick?
No, not at all. No,
And
I
Graybeard
just
says
I just got
she's a very fair judge. She gives him a chance to explain himself before she shoots him, hangs him in the tree, and cuts off the old dot dot dot. Well, that cuts to the chase.
all right. So I guess I'm out.
Yes, you're done. Thank you,
Thank you.
Princess. Good job. That was your first time. It's always
Yes, this was
frustrating
my
when you
first time
you
on
get a
mic.
little bit of interference on your mic, but that happens.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Okay, you can mute your mic now so that we don't get more feedback. Okay. Kenny, you look like you have an open mic, but I'm not hearing anything from it at the moment. So that's a good thing. There we go. That closed it. Okay. So is Mr. English back? Do I see typing or a response? Okay.
Looks like his network is giving him a hard time.
Okay. Are you able to come on, English? Well, Mr. English is if he's able to. Yep. Well, he's able to put the link in.
There we
Can you
go.
can you come on voice now? You're muted in case you're talking. Yeah, we need you to unmute so that you can tell us about your post. I'm not seeing any typing and I'm not seeing him unmuted. There
Okay,
we go.
am I on now?
You're on now.
Okay. Hi, evening everyone. It's about 7 p.m. here in Nigeria.
Okay. Give
Can
us
you
a
hear?
little
Can you hear
give
me,
us
please?
give us a little elevator speech about your post.
Okay, okay, right. The post is about the conventional
Uh-oh, we lost you. Try again.
practice here. And just to so in this case, can you hear me, please?
Okay, try now. Strange part of it is I'm coming through his mic loud and clear.
Like I said, the post is about choices in terms of marriage. In terms of marriage,
Okay.
and
Yeah, it's cutting him out.
it's the person in the center of the whole picture.
Okay.
Hello, are we there?
Yeah, your network is messing up enough, Mr. English, that you're actually cutting out a lot. We're picking up just a few words. Okay, Blue, you're forgiven for this time. All right. So
The network.
yeah, your network's coming in and out. The crazy part of it is it's picking up me perfectly, but it's not picking up you. Okay. So take a look at Mr. English. Oh, I'm gonna have to mute him.
All right, I'm gonna mute him.
Okay, take a look at his post. He did try to give a summary of it. It wasn't his fault. The network did it to him. So go and have a look at his post and leave a comment or two. Let him know it was there. Yeah, two of me. God help the world. Okay, Dream, you're up.
All right. Since someone doesn't want to share this, I will. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Batman. Happy birthday to you. So now everybody can go there and say happy birthday to Chris.
So Chris did it again. He was hiding his light under the bushel. "21." We can remember him when he was what, 17?
Yes, I think I remember when he just turned 18. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. Wow. Happy birthday. Oh my goodness.
But we've seen him developing as a writer too. That's kind of cool.
Yes.
So what are you going to do with your newfound age, Chris? And photographer, yes. He does some excellent shots.
He really does. And he likes to edit them sometimes too. And they look really neat.
He's even made them into NFTs.
That's right. Because we got you started writing. I remember you started writing your meetup story with you and Safi and Witty and me. That was so fun. So you definitely have to bring that next time for Dreamport.
It's always interesting watching as we develop. And Esther, you next. Is she with us? Oh, Esther.
Or does she know
Okay,
that she's muted?
we got a GIF. Esther,
She's
do you
writing.
have
Here we go.
a post? She said okay. There we go. Okay, come and tell us about this post now.
Hello, I hope everyone can hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, so the post I just dropped now, it's a family trip by at Ablaze. What I like about the post is it, it drew me back to some of my childhood memory when I read through it. It's an amazing post, by the way, and in that post, he said he took his family on a hotel to a hotel to spend some time together, and they went on hiking. So he took some lovely and amazing pictures, images that are so beautiful, and the all the images wowed me. So why I picked this post was because of the memory I remembered while I was little, about 5 years. I was 5 years old then. Me and my brother we went on hiking, and when we did, we didn't quickly realize that it was going to rain that day. We didn't know. So when we went, we had this goal of climbing the highest mountain, which was close to our house then. We had never tried it before, so we went and we succeeded in climbing the mountains. So when we climbed the mountain, it was as if we could reach out to the fluffy clouds. Then I was little, so I kept on disturbing my brother that he should pick me up so that I could touch the fluffy clouds, and he did,
You're
and it was an amazing
Esther.
experience for me.
Esther,
Hello?
are you reading that post to us?
No, I'm not reading. I'm just saying what the post reminded me about. It's an amazing
Oh,
post.
okay.
Yes, it made me it reminded me of one of my childhood memory. That was what
Ah,
I
I
was
got you
talking
now.
about. Yes.
Esther
So
Emmanuel touched the clouds.
yes, it was an amazing memory for me. I always remember it every day. And when we got home, we the rain met us. We got wet in the house. Our parents were laughing at us that why did we come home early? That we should have come home back early before the rain started. And the next day was my birthday, and I caught cold because of the rain, the cold weather. But still, it was an amazing birthday for me. So the post displayed a lot of beautiful pictures. You could see it in the post, some of the sky, the rocks at the end, and some of the beautiful sights he took. The pictures he took, they were all beautiful, and it's something that I am really fascinated about.
So
So I think that's all for now.
one of the one of the suggestions made in chat here is a good one. Ingenuity, aka Crypto Pimp, said is you should totally write a post about that experience and then refer back to this post as having triggered the memory and made you decide to write it.
Okay. Okay. That
A
would be a
post,
good idea.
yeah, post suggestion. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you,
All right.
thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, Esther.
All right.
And Elric, you've got something to share.
I thought I'd fix my malfunction from earlier.
You malfunction.
That's correct, more correct, right?
Take me to the other side. Boy, you didn't
Yeah,
waste
you
any
did
time.
it. How in the world did you post that so fast? Oh my gosh.
He's a
That's
quick
awesome.
I don't know if it's like what you guys are thinking. You tell me, but there's the idea, then the post, right?
Yeah, that's great.
posted
Now
three
we have to
minutes
get
ago.
you to upload a profile picture for you.
Oh, yeah.
Baby steps, baby steps.
Nice. Yeah, baby steps. Very cool.
Yes, that is the sort of thing. So tell us about your post here.
Essentially, it's a short story about sort of how or why it happened. I mean, I was commuting, and you only can do so much while you're driving, listen to music, whatever. I found myself using the Alexa. I found that there was a lack of games out there, and decided to fix the problem myself. So I created my own.
Perfect.
It's amazing.
And then this is all crypto-based stuff we're doing here, right? So it's sort of crypto because I really want to bring crypto into this game. I want when you go to get crypto, you can farm it with the computers and whatnot, and the video cards, and
Right?
uh, well, this token, you would just play the game. You get the coins, and then whenever you want, you decide to transfer your coins into tokens, and that's the only way to obtain them, other than paying money and trading people for crypto online.
Yes,
It's
he
the
is a
only way to
dev.
farm them.
Crypto Pimp asked you if you're a dev
Dev, as in,
developer.
I mean, I wrote this game, yeah, and I'm writing more actually than this one, but this is my first one.
Yeah, so
That
basically
yeah,
what you've got
Ethereum.
in mind is similar to how Hive works in that you can go ahead and earn stuff within a game, but you don't have to mine it. The earning is the mining.
Yeah, I mean, playing the game essentially gets you coins, and then you say, at some point, I want to have a built-in interface where they can say, take my in-game coins and turn them into this crypto, and the crypto, of course, would be traded, probably DeFi. I mean, I can't afford to get it on an actual crypto exchange, um, but
So
different than other tokens, because how do you get tokens, right?
so Elric, are you aware of the fact that there is a service on Hive called the Hive Engine where you can develop tokens and you don't have to pay those ETH fees?
See, I thought that's what you guys were saying, so I'm very interested in that thing. The only other thing I knew was the Binance token, which had less fee problems. So yeah, I'm gonna look into this Hive
Yeah,
token
you
for
def
replacing this.
you definitely want to look at the Hive Engine. Uh, you're earning tokens off of the Hive Engine when you're playing Splinterlands.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand that. It's one of the reasons why I love Splinterlands. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So now you've added um, writing on Hive, which means you're now going to earn some more tokens
Oh, cool.
because when you get upvotes, those upvotes pay out in a week and they become tokens.
No kidding. This is neat.
It's very neat once you start to get your head around it. Yeah, says Pender says zero fees, upvotes from different communities, multi tokens.
So when I created an Ethereum token, I had to pay the gas. Well, I made the contract, and I had to pay the gas fees, and it wasn't outrageous, but it was hundreds of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I kind of started going through the process of, okay, I'm going to send these to my developers. I got a couple people that help me. It's in the family. And how do I do that? Or how do I send it to the gamers? And then it was just like, wow, these gas fees, man. Like, how do you get around this?
Yeah, you don't build your token on ETH. That's how you get around it.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
those those initial tokens may be a bust, but it was a learning experience. So
So Dreams Team has Dreamport, and you haven't actually engaged what Dreamport is yet. Give them the elevator pitch.
I actually just sent him a DM, so
Oh, okay.
okay, nice.
but yeah, yeah.
She's built that on
But it's
Hive.
the yeah, the DM is not about Dreamport. The DM is just absolutely yes, you should get your own token on Hive because it's a great opportunity. You don't have the fees. Like everything that you're talking about right now, you'd have a great fit for Hive. So there's so many people here that can answer questions for you, and so definitely just stay connected and ask. And but since you're a dev, you should probably be able to figure it out really easy. But just know that we're here to help you. So yeah, very cool.
I wouldn't say easy. None of this stuff is easy. This stuff's really hard, I think. But I'm becoming more familiar with it, and so as you become more familiar, the thing eases up for sure.
Yeah.
And it would
Well,
be
I mean, like
actually
in three
really neat.
minutes, you went back to.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Shadows. I was just saying, in 3 minutes, he came back. He figured out how to blog on Hive. He put it up here, brought it back to PYPT. So I think you're ready to jump in and get to know people, and that's just super cool. I love that you came back with a post so fast.
Yeah, and you're early in your
What?
development of your game, so if you could switch it over to a Hive token, you're going to save a lot of
Yeah.
money.
Well, and it just hasn't happened, right? I created them, I offered them, I'll tell you the truth. A lot of the players for this Alexa game are blind because they don't have um, any games to play.
Cool market.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
So
they're
cool.
engrossed, they're engrossed and blown away because they didn't grow up with text-based games like I did. So they never had anything like that, and now it's like opened a whole new world for them.
Very nice. See, given time, you could probably figure out how the blind users could then blog using spoken speech.
Is it accessible, like web accessible?
What the
I mean, I don't even know. I assume it would be. Yeah, all
um
the postings and blogs and stuff. I assume it's web accessible for blind people like the readers.
I would
I don't know.
assume so. They're in the browser.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they've got the browser functionality as long as the site's doing it. You know, what I mean, there's a lot of things you have to do to a website to make it accessible, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, they're kind of basic sites when you look at them. Like really, these front ends are not, design um, anything special on design. I was trying to be nice here.
Well, so keep it simple, right? It
Yeah,
does what it needs to
they've
do.
definitely got it kissed. Yeah, all these front ends are pretty simple, simplistic. You can pull the post from the chain and parse as you need it, pure text mainly. Yeah, that's doable.
My main thing was, when they come in from the Alexa, uh, they have this huge Alexa ID, right? And so I have to convert them into a support ID just so we can communicate. Like, who are you? Well, they don't ever see their huge Alexa ID. I do. That's how
Hmm.
I keep them straight from each other. But then I create a support ID so they can say in game, what's my support ID, and then, hey, Alric, I need help. I'm H743 or whatever. But then you get these wallet addresses that are monstrous, right? So I'm on a talking interface, and I'm somehow gonna give a wallet address, so that the game can interact with my wallet. I don't know how to get around it. I mean, I think they're gonna have to go to a website, to kind of couple it all together.
Yeah, that would be a major barrier, I would think, for a blind person.
Talk to
Is
Guilty about it.
Yeah, that Sarge just pointed out there is really cool with Hive. You use a name for an account, but you still got those great big long addresses for keys.
Hmm.
So Infinity says, Elric, try to consider it from a consumer standpoint. So writing a post about breaking that barrier of understanding to expose them to gaming will be a great start. As time grows, just build a FAQ post to answer people.
Okay. Yeah. See that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I
Your
look good
voice,
too,
your
just so you
voice
know.
is
Yeah.
liked. All right, nice job, Elric. We're gonna see
Thanks.
a whole bunch of posts being brought up by you next week. This is every
Yeah.
Thursday at
Keep
this time,
doing
by the
this.
way.
Okay.
Sarge says using high keychain make it easier. The keys are important for account security, but I state the obvious. This is true. And we're just speaking geek Greek for Infinity. Well, that's not our job. That's Bluefin's job to speak Greek. I'm not even sure he even knows how. Snook, you're up before we open a can of worms.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, I just woke up.
Oh, Hobo's sleeping.
Okay, this is my post for dreams, a doohickey thing. That's all I got.
You are crazy.
Snook, the doohickey
Yeah.
woman. No,
It's
Snook is
seriously.
just being
Oh,
Snook.
And morning, and then and and oh, to answer your what do you call it? Shadows left a comment on my last one about me leaving her hanging.
Oh,
'Cause
yes, it went to black.
this is the answer to your question.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
So I guess you're making sure that I should read that, right?
Well, yeah. Don't you read all my posts?
Actually,
Yeah.
you are one of the ones that I do read all the time.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
I don't
that.
often comment, but I do read. She does have this sense of humor for some reason, doohickeys and all.
Well, I literally just woke up when I went, oh, it's better go to PYPT so I don't get yelled at.
We'd already yelled at you, and then Dream told us that you'd gone to bed. You know,
Well,
it's
yeah,
it's interesting with
Yeah,
Snook
she
when you wake
said
up in
she
the
went to
morning
bed.
and you know there's a DM sitting there and she's talking about somebody's doohickey and whatchamacallit, and I'm going, okay, I think I'll put the coffee on and then try to translate.
yeah. Well, it's a slow process.
Meanwhile, she's gone to bed because she's been up all night.
Well, yeah, well, it was either stay up and finish the post or go to bed and not do the post.
Well, sometimes you've gone to bed. I've seen me make a reply and then go ahead with my day, and all of a sudden there's Snook answering me.
Yeah, well, that happens quite a bit, actually. Depends on the time of day
So
and if I passed out or not.
does anybody else have a post they would like to share? I don't see anything dropping there. So, believe it or not, I'm actually going to share one with you here today that I put up this morning. Don't look at me, I've been pimped out. Really? Are you enjoying it? So, today, in addition to being Veterans Day in the US, it's Farmers Day in Canada. And my dad was part of the Italian campaign, actually, both my dad and my uncle, which are there in that picture. And dad used to often tell me quite proudly that he was a D-Day Dodger. And there's a reason for that term. It doesn't mean that he was trying to dodge D-Day or any other service. So this is the story about the term D-Day Dodgers and the ballad that was written about it and the history behind the ballad. And in that picture there, Ken on the right will turn 100 years old in 8 days. Dad has passed.
Wow. Yeah,
And
that's
Ken
amazing.
is still in good shape. When I have a phone call with Ken, I have to plan on at least an hour to an hour and a half on the phone.
But he does not look 100 years old.
Well, he shouldn't in that picture.
He doesn't.
Well, not in
Oh,
that
No, but even in the
picture.
current pictures,
Yeah.
true.
he looks so great.
A few years back, I was being presented with an award from, well, it technically came from the Queen, but it came through the province. And the fellow that presented it to me, uh, Ken was taking a picture of him and I together with the award. And as the picture was being taken, I said to the fellow, I says, how old do you think that guy is? He says, oh, he says he's probably in his 70s. I said, you should go tell him that. He's a World War II veteran. And the guy just went, what? So he went over and had a chat with with Ken afterwards. So, anyways, I hope that's a long read, but I hope you find it an interesting read. I find it kind of interesting putting the history behind stuff. Does anybody else got anything they want to share? Ah, Kitty Girl. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, you know me. I always wait till later on in the show.
Oh, and
Let
look at
other
this.
people go first.
Kenny outweighted you.
Oh my gosh. Kenny, wow, way to go. Well, now I don't know why my preview is not showing up, but
Yeah, that's odd.
that's really strange.
There it comes.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, this is just a very simple post. I had to go into town the other day and do some banking, and they had these little scarecrows. I love those little scarecrows that are up on the counter. They are just adorable. And then they had some others in the bank that were almost life size. It was pretty amazing. And I thought it would make a good post, but there's a couple of people on chain that really like scarecrows. And so I put this post up just as much for them as anything else. It was really cool. So, and it's a short, quick, easy read. So
For some reason, that first link, I think ended up with some extra characters in it. That's why it didn't show.
oh, that could be, and I've deleted it now, so we can't go back and examine it. But anyway,
Well, I grabbed that link and I put it in the browser to put on OBS, and it came up as a 404 page. And when I looked, I could see the extra characters. So I got the right
well, I
link in
think
there now.
I think I know what happened then. My push to talk key is on my numeric keypad. It's the zero key, so
Ah,
it may have picked up a few zeros when
that
I put the link.
that's what the extra characters were with zeros. So yeah, that makes sense. I love those pictures though. Very cute.
Yeah, my push to talk key is the zero on my numeric keypad, and that way I can keep typing and do stuff, while I'm on push to talk. But yeah, if I don't have the numlock key off, it will put zeros. So that's what happened.
So when I first started on Discord and I set up push to talk, I thought it was going to be really smart to use the control key because it's in the bottom left corner of my keyboard, and I tend to do things more on the right. Except I forgot that I also use a lot of control V and control X and control C. And while I was sitting in the channel doing something and people were talking, I kept activating my mic because I was doing my control commands. So I had to change to something else.
I remember a long time ago in PYPT, back when we were in the Ramble, it was one day the Hive came in and he made some comment about just don't use your airplane mode key as your push to talk key.
Oh, my cats do that on a regular basis. Walk across the keyboard, they either find the power button or the airplane mode. I think they're just trying to get me off the keyboard. All right. Thank you, kitty girl. Kenny, you're up. Yes, Hobo. Hobo's sleeping. I'll tell you in a minute how I traumatized her this morning.
Hello, that's the post I'm presenting today. Hope I'm loud enough.
I can hear you.
Okay, so this time around, I decided to go into political talk, although that is not something I like writing about all the time because when it comes to anything politics in Nigeria, we see a lot of shady things, especially when you don't have a lot of interest in it. But this particular one, I came to write about it because I noticed that on Hive we have many people that are not from Nigeria. So I felt like, okay, this would be a good way for them to have knowledge of how our own politics goes on. Of course, there was an election that happened some days ago. It was on the day of the election that I made the post. And on normal occasion, during build up for election, for your information, what I'm saying is not exactly what is in the post. So it's just like a snippet of what you expect. So, build up to election, the normal build up to election is not the same with what we have in our country. And a good example is that this particular election took place without any sort of campaign. So this is actually the first time I'm seeing an election that's happened without campaign. So if you want to know the reason for it, you have to check the post and then see why they had to do an election without campaign. But then while I was going through the post, I noticed that I used some words that may not be understood by someone that is not a native Nigerian, because we have English, and then in Nigeria we have our own Pigeon English, broken English. You won't see it a lot in the post, but it's just in few places. If you get confused with any of that, I would be in the comment section to answer you. So that's it. Thank you.
Not bye. You got a lot of weird stuff going on in your country, don't you, Kenny?
I like talking about those weird stuffs because many people see it and they start ranting about it. But whenever I write about it, it's just like laughing it. And most of the time, when these politicians come to say things and you know that what they are saying is not exactly what they mean, so when I say all those things, I just take it as a laughing stock. I don't take it seriously. That is why I can write about it whenever I want.
That's good. You'll be a political commentator in no time if you survive.
I'm running out of the country.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting the suspicion that political commentators in Nigeria and some of those other countries might not have a long life expectation. It's just a
Yeah.
guess. So, yes, Infinity. Um, bare feet on a plane. Dream would absolutely love to see you. She's going to answer that. Just a lowercase nod. She's not too bad on that then. So
Ah, no, I'm going now. Gross feet. Ugh, bye.
so as I mentioned, Remembrance Day is today in Canada, and at 11 o'clock, there is a service at cenotaphs across the country. But since I didn't go to the local service this morning, I watched the one at the National Memorial in Ottawa. So I had my second screen, which is actually a TV. I had it up on there, and I had the volume up on it. And Hobo was sleeping out in the other room. And part of the service, of course, is because the Governor General was going to be there, who represents our head of state and is the Commander in Chief of the Canadian Armed Forces. They were doing a 21 gun salute with the artillery going off. Hobo never moved. The Canadian Forces band played the Vice Regal salute. Hobo never moved. The Ottawa Children's Choir sang "O Canada." Hobo never moved. The piper started playing the lament during the to break the silence, and Hobo went into absolute panic. Apparently, she doesn't like bagpipes, so she was flying around the house pretty terrorized for a little while. So when they were laying the wreath, one of the pipe bands started playing in the background, and it set her off the second time. So she's sleeping at the moment, recovering, I guess. So, anybody else got anything that they want to share? Okay, go for it, Snook.
I don't know if you're aware or not, but yesterday, I think, yeah, yesterday, Beth Aaliyah became the only woman witness on Hive.
Um,
Yeah.
Krim.
That that is not part of. She's just by herself.
Okay. So
What about Patrice? Is she
yeah, I
not
was
a
just gonna
witness
ask about
anymore?
her.
Um, I'm going off of what Guilty said, so I don't know if Patrice is still active or so. I'm just going off of what Guilty messaged me.
I haven't seen Patrice around. She still is, but she's quiet. So maybe the only active female witness?
I don't know. But anyway, we all know Bethalia. Most of us know Bethalia, I should say. Us old people. Um, and she now has a witness, if you didn't know. So, um, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I just thought I would bring it to everybody's attention.
HW. What was H? Oh, Hive Watchers. I thought she was behind Hive Watchers. Or was she behind Steam? The Steam one.
Well, she was big on steam cleaners. I don't know that she ever was really active on hive watchers per se, but um, then when she started rebuilding her house, remodeling that house she bought, she kind of stepped away from everything.
Right.
But I do see that her witness server is still running, it's still active. So, anyway.
Yeah, that's hard to judge because I think sometimes they just keep their witness server running just to pick up whatever it happens to bring in, which is not really a service to the platform.
Oh,
Well, as
but
long
he
as it's
said
still.
what he said is, I'm fairly sure she's the only female witness that's active and isn't a partner.
Yeah.
So, but I thought Guilty and Patrice are really close. So, I, 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 I I mean, I don't know. So,
Well, if
I,
she's
I,
pulled away, there may be just some distances developed there.
right, yeah,
If somebody's not around and in touch, it's kind of hard to stay close.
correct. And he's been so busy.
Well, that's really cool, though, Snook. Thank you for sharing that Bethalia has launched a witness. That's really cool that we've got another female witness out there. Love that.
And she's not all over the place, but she is, pretty gregarious when she is around.
Yeah, and she's been here forever and actually knows a lot more than you would. I mean, she knows a lot.
Oh, sure she does.
I mean, a lot. I mean, plus she invested all her money into buying Luxax out. So, I mean, she's definitely vested in the chain.
She can get 3 speaks until I know what they post about is English. Can you elaborate on that? Oh, yeah, well, he's not the only one on the platform that can say a lot of words and say nothing. Some of them, I swear, just see how many words they can throw down on paper. Okay, it looks as though we're kind of through my vote. Perfect. All right, it looks as though we've kind of wrapped up for today. So I think we've had some pretty good posts today, some interesting ones, and we're expecting to see Elric flood us with posts to share. Oh, Kenny has one more to share yet. Come on, Kenny. Speaking of guilty minds.
Yes, I'm here again to share a post. The post you already seen. So this is a post that I wrote it in a very odd hour. Normally in Nigeria we call it an ungodly hour. That was around 2 a.m. this morning. So I was studying when I heard some cats making sound around my apartment, and I was not really feeling like going out to check what is happening. So it kind of reminded me of the conversation we had during the last PYPT when we talked about the view Africans, not Africans. I'll talk about my country, where I told you how people in my country view cats and how they see it as something that has to do with spiritual whatever. So at that time, I just knew that currently I'm alone. I live alone. But if I was at home with my parents and they started hearing something like that, the next thing you see is that they wake everybody up for prayer, saying that it has to do with spiritual whatever. But me, I just kept mute and I was doing my thing with my earpiece plugged to my ear, and the cat was also making its own sound out there. So I didn't feel guilty at all about anything. But then at that point, I felt like writing something. So that is how I came up with the post. And it may look like a rant, but I was very sober and I was not, I was actually laughing throughout the moment I was typing the post. So it's not a serious thing because I kind of mentioned the judicial system a lot because those are the people I see that most of whatever they do is as if they have thrown out their conscience. But if you read it and you are part of the judiciary, don't take it to heart. Thank you very much.
You never know where your thoughts are going to go, eh?
I've already shared it and it's there on the blockchain for maybe in the future someone may come and counter it or whatever. But I kind of posted it when people were asleep, so I didn't get any comments there, and I don't know if I should be happy or sad about it. but, but I'm both happy and sad. I was not ready for an argument, but I just pushed the publish button, and that was it.
Well, there you go. You just never know what's going to get reaction, do you?
Of course, of course.
Yeah. All right. So we shall wrap up for today. And this has been Pimp Your Post Thursday, every Thursday at noon Eastern Time. So come and join us.